Hey, this is Red Stick Reefer in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and I wanted to do an update on my 30-gallon reef tank. It made 1 year this month, and I've had some ups and downs, but I've got a few frags in there now that are growing out. They seem to be doing okay. Been having some parameter issues, but in spite of that, they're doing all right. The sand, this is the Carib Sea special grade, and it just got rock hard on me, so I had to take out about half the sand that I had in there. Got two Jabo SW8s in there, so it's plenty of flow for this little 30-gallon long tank. Also overkill on the lights, but I had the two Radion 30s from my old 120 that was killed in the 2016 floods here in Baton Rouge, so that's what I used. Also recently got this calcium reactor here, but that is also overkill for this little small tank. I think it's good rated for, it's a Skims Monster CM122. I think it's rated for 260 gallon tank, something like that. It's really too big for this tank, but I am dosing 2-part right now. There's calcium, alkalinity, magnesium down there. Those are just my spare jugs, and those are actually back here are the dosing containers, calcium and alkalinity. These are just magnetic panels here, so this is my control panel. And it looks like my Reef link disconnected, but that's no big deal. I can just unplug it and plug it back in. It'll reset and reconnect. Don't know what happened there, but saying pH is at 8.32, but it's been about 6 months since I calibrated that pH probe, so it's time. It's reading high. Tank pH is normally anywhere from 7.95 to 8.1, something like that. And here got overkill on the return pump because the return pump I had actually died on me recently, and the only one they had was the CJ 4.0 or something like that. It's really too big for this system, but I was in an emergency situation and I needed a pump, so that's what I got. And there's the Jabo DP4 dosing pump up there. Like I said, I was having parameter issues. Been having parameter issues trying to keep my alkalinity up. So that's turned off right now. I've been dosing just alkalinity and doing water changes, trying to get my parameters back right. That's a little APC battery backup for the system. It really just runs my return pump and one of the power heads. So in the instance of a power outage, I would get, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half of battery life for, to allow me to get home and make any changes or anything. Put some air stones in the tank or whatever I have to do. I do have on the back of the tank a BRS media reactor. It's carbon and GFO mixed in there, just a little bit of GFO, and it's barely on as a trickle. So that may be, the GFO may be contributing to some of my alkalinity issues, but like I said, it's only on as a trickle, so it shouldn't be a major factor. Some of the corals I have in here right now, and I'm sure it's too blue right now for the camera, but hopefully you can see that. That is the green goblin and acropora. I've got the aquamarine jewel up there. That is battle corals soda popinski. That is frag house corals rainbow doom millie. It was one of the first frags I put in here, and it, as you can see, nearly died, and it was totally bleached out. It looked dead. I could still see some polyps in there, so I gave it time, and it's slowly regrowing, re-encrusting. Those two tips are all that's left, but it's coming back. Garth purple bonsai. It looks washed out in the camera, but it's got some decent color. And whoa, it's happy and encrusting on the rock. That is the PC Superman. That is a Raptor's Peace Favia. Just some, just a green ache in there. Then I've got purple and green Maze Brain. The color looks terrible in this camera, but it actually looks good and healthy in person. Some Emeralds on Fire zoanthids, some Rastas, 2 frags of Sunny D's. That is Sanjay's Leprechaun's Beard. In the back there, I've got Worldwide Corals Yellow Tips. This is the PC Rainbow. Now this one is actually, it's faded. It is actually washed out a little bit. It's kind of high under these radions, so plus with the alkalinity issues I've been having, it's not too happy, but it is doing okay. It's encrusting pretty quickly onto this rock that I've got there. That is a jawjacker acro, and then that is Reef Raft the Ven back there, and this one is Teen Wolf. Looks terrible because it I didn't think it was going to survive shipping, and it almost didn't. The day after I got it in, it just totally RTN'd, fragged off a bunch of tips, and thinking the whole thing was going to die. And actually, these little tips that I cut off, or little micro frags, are growing back. And the main frag itself is recovering, re-encrusting, and starting to grow back. So that one's in recovery. I think it's going to survive. Oh, this was also one of the first frags I put in, and it looks even worse in camera, but it's actually coming back. You can, I was going to try to zoom in. The polyps are out. They're green. This is the Worldwide Corals Yoda, and it was electric green when I got it. It bleached out, almost died, just like the Rainbow Doom, and it's coming back. But that's about it for the 30 gallon. It's made 1 year this month. Like I said, I've had some ups and downs, but everything seems to be doing okay now, with the exception of those 2 frags that I put in there early on, probably maybe 4 to 6 months into this tank's life. Yellow tang's in there happy swimming around. Tang police can arrest me if you want, but he's doing alright in there. He's the only fish I have in there. Keeps any algae issues I may have at bay. He's constantly picking on the rocks all day long. So that's it. I just wanted to do this quick video just to show that the 30 gallon is still doing pretty well. Made it to 1 year, and hopefully some of these SPS will continue to encrust. I'll get these parameter issues ironed out, and I'll have a tank stock full of SPS here soon, because I will be setting up, if my dog would get out of the way. Of course, he's following me through the house all the time. This 180 gallon Reef tank in my living room. So, got it at a decent price. Secondhand. It's not perfect. Some chips in the glass and scratches and whatnot, but it'll work. The stand, I'm totally reworking that. I didn't like it from the get-go. It wasn't high enough for me. I didn't like the supports they had in the front. So I'm just totally reworking that, but that'll be a later video. All right, thanks.